What's going on, guys? This is a highlight video of my recent trip I took this past May with my buddies Ken and Bruce to the desert just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada to do a little shooting with our good buddy Dimitri. Coming out here to do a little long-range shooting with him is kind of becoming a yearly thing for us. This is one of the only places outside of the U.S. military that I've been able to go to where we can just go shoot as far as we want and do any number of different types of shooting training. This year we'd only end up spending one day out in the desert shooting, but we packed a lot into it. We started the day off by confirming the zero on our weapons. I would be running my tried and true Daniel Defense M4 V5 with a 16-inch barrel and my TA-31 ACOG with ACSS reticle mounted on it. Bruce is running his Beretta ARX-100 with a 16-inch barrel mounted with a TA-31 ACOG with Aurora reticle. And lastly, Ken would be running an AR that Bruce had just recently built for him that featured an 18-inch BCM barrel. It had a 3-18 power SLX optic with an ACSS HUD reticle. As far as ammunition was concerned, both Bruce and Ken would be putting M855 through their rifles. Today I decided to switch it up a little bit and I ran M193.
So I probably just need to come left a little bit.
After confirming the zero on our weapons, we began to run an unknown distance course of fire that Dimitri had come up with. The first two to go would be Bruce and Ken. For this course of fire, silhouette targets would be placed at unknown distances ranging from 100 all the way out to 800 yards.
Before it turns yellow, about 20 yards, you see a balloon right under, right between the titties. Right between the titties, right below the yellow grass.
This drill would be very challenging, with the shooters first having to locate the targets, which were actually very camouflaged with the natural cardboard color blending in with the desert. They would then have to use their ACSS reticles to estimate the range of the target by using the vertical hash marks on their bullet drop compensation ladder. This works off the principle that the average adult male is approximately 18 inches shoulder to shoulder. Thus, the targets are 18 inches in width. So the hash mark that fits would be your estimated distance to your target. One more thing that I wanted to point out here that's another big challenge is that because of the low vegetation, you can't always shoot from the prone when engaging these targets. So the terrain here would force you to take shots from less stable firing positions such as the kneeling. This is probably some of the best and most realistic combat-oriented shooting training you can do. The enemy just doesn't stand on known distance yard lines for you to engage them with. You have to use your available tools to estimate range. Otherwise you're just creating some nice battlefield ambient sounds for your enemy and you won't hit them. On a side note, that's what irks me about the U.S. military moving to implement a low-power variable optic with a mil-dot reticle system in them. Grunts are not snipers. They don't have time to try to figure out mathematical equations on the battlefield while conducting fire and maneuver against an enemy. Why they're not moving to something like a tried-and-true ACSS reticle is beyond me. In any event, back to this drill. Some of the targets would also be outfitted with balloons on them to simulate movement of an enemy.
Alright, 3 enemy down. I think we've cleared those 3. Yep.
UAV spotted a rifle squad, size element moving in from your position, clearing the other side of that field. About 500 meters out.
Alright, I see one. I see one. He's way out there. Yeah, he is. I'm ranging about 500. Maybe even 6. I'm ranging 6. Oh, I see 2. There's another either 30 meters to the left or 30 meters to the right, depending on which one you're looking at. Okay, I see it. All right, I'll take the one on the left. You take the one on the left? Yep. I'll take the one on the right. Fire.
That's the one negative thing about training without steel targets, is that you don't get that immediate feedback when you're engaging them.
Red, red, red. Covering. I'm up. Good. I'm gonna scan for any more. want to blow in the balloon right dead center of us. Dead center? Yeah, I think I've already hit that one. We can take the balloon out. Let's take the balloon out. But I've already hit that one. All right, here we go. Got him. All right, good shot. Got a mover. 50 meters.
Get him!
Oh, you got him! Yes, sir. Good shot. Ah. I want to. You got one, Ken?
After the guys were confident that they had located and engaged every target, we then went to check their hits.
600 yards. I'm pushing right. Pushing right? I thought this was a clean target, but couple to the right. So
Nice.
that elevation is spot on. Maybe
What were you
the
using?
wind pushed it a
What were you
little bit.
holding?
400.
Next up would be me, and since Dimitri wasn't shooting that day, he would only act as a spotter for me to help me locate those targets.
I see 3, Brett. 2 just right of the titty, and then the other one off to the right. I got about 300 meters. Okay, I got one in the middle of the cleavage. There's one 2 fingers to the right of that, and there's one full extension of your pinky and thumb to the right. Okay. I'm gonna go for cleavage first, and I'm gonna transition to. You see the 3rd set of titties off to the right? Yeah. 3 fingers down. Yeah, I see that one. I'm going for cleavage first. Gonna have another contact. Fuck, that's way out there. Sorry. 600 meters out. Hit. That one's neutralized. Go to the other one. That was 4. I held 4. You got a 3-mile-an-hour wind left to right.
I can't stress enough, guys, how important range estimation is. The 2 biggest reasons for missed shots are incorrect range estimation and wind. Luckily, the ACSS variant I have in my ACOG accounts for both. And I'd later be amazed at just how quickly and accurately I was able to acquire and estimate range to a target and subsequently put accurate fire onto it.
Shooting at the one just to the left tit. Okay. Center titties. Got about an 8-mile-an-hour left to right. On the wind, your wind's at least an 8. It's like 8 to 10. I would slice that area. I would go 5, 7.5, 10. And you got another target in the middle of the main cleavage right there. You see it?
Well, that wrapped up my drill, guys. I was blown away at how accurate my fire was
I'd say
at such a
probably
great
about
distance
600.
with an unknown distance course of fire.
I know back there when I first started engaging these, it was like 7. At least that's what I was going off of, just using the hash mark.
That was out there. Because when you shot 6 something, I saw a splash. It was a little low.
Good hits.
Cool.
Let's go look at that guy. You were aiming for the A zone?
Right here. I was
Okay.
aiming right for the A zone.
Yeah, good job. 600 meters. Oh, man.
Totally.
Right there.
I gaffed off the balloon. I went right for that little box. 4 power Picton.
No ammo.
Take it out. Yeah. What was that?
After this, we moved on to shooting at some known distance targets, and then finally, Dimitri brought out a couple of his rifles that had some brand new Primary Arms Gen 2 Cyclops and 3X Prisms on them. These things were phenomenal, guys. They were super compact and had all the great features that their predecessor models offered. I'll post links down in the comment section if you guys are interested in them. Well, that wraps it up, guys. I completed our Vegas Fun in the Sun run and gun trip in 2021. We always have a blast when we go out there with Dimitri. Big thanks to him and Primary Arms for always showing us a great time when we go out there.
All right, going hot.
Stay tuned for future videos, guys, because I'll definitely be trying to get my hands on some of these new PA optics to make some reviews on. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment.
That's for me. Holds the bolt open.
Yes, the weapon tech design.